Glues! Why are there so many? What do they all do, and which ones do you actually need? Whatever you're into, every hobby has its price of admission, but it shouldn't cost your sanity. I'm Jonathan from Fish Plates and Scratch Builds. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge to confidently select the right glue for your next modelling project. Always use and handle glues as recommended by the manufacturer, and read all safety information first. Adhesives and solvents can produce harmful vapours, so ensure you're in a well-ventilated area and using personal protective equipment. Let's start with plastic cement, also known as plastic glue or polystyrene cement. Although we may consider it a glue, it's actually a solvent. It works by chemically melting the plastic surface and allowing two pieces to fuse together. This creates a much stronger bond than traditional glues, as the two surfaces have literally become one. Plastic cement works great with polystyrene and ABS plastics, making it ideal for building plastic model kits. Sadly, it's largely useless for just about any other material. It's also worth noting that the way this glue works means that it will only be effective on completely clean plastic. If you're looking to bond painted elements, either mask up the areas being joined ahead of painting or choose another glue from this list. Plastic cement comes in a range of formulations, from thick gel-like versions to much thinner types that can run between joints. Many model kit manufacturers make their own kit glues, including Revell, Tamiya and Humbrol, so you may have some of this knocking around somewhere already. Sometimes you just want something that sets fast. That's where Superglue comes in. Also known as cyanoacrylate, it uses a process called polymerization to cure almost instantly when exposed to moisture. Just a small amount naturally present in the air, or your fingers, is enough. The trick is to use superglue sparingly. Because the glue needs moisture to harden, thicker layers can produce a film across the top as they set, stopping the glue underneath from curing effectively. Superglue is best known for its quick, strong bond and ability to join almost any material, but the bonds can be quite brittle, especially in environments with temperature or moisture changes, and it isn't recommended for surfaces that may move or flex. But it is great for attaching small detailed parts or for very quick fixes. If superglue doesn't do the trick, you may want to look at resin-based adhesives. They also create a super strong bond, but are generally used in more heavy-duty applications. As with many of these categories, there are lots of individual examples, but one common choice is epoxy resin. It comes in two parts that must be mixed together to trigger the bonding process. A common aspect of resin-based glues is the need for some form of trigger mechanism, such as heat, pressure, or a hardener. One downside is the setting speed, which is much slower than something like superglue, but the trade-off is an incredibly strong, durable, and flexible bond. Here's a quick note on so-called all-purpose glues. These are your glues touted as good all-rounders that do most things well enough, but are rarely great in any one situation. Often thick and stringy, these glues will generally bond a wide variety of materials, but they can be messy, which isn't always what you want when you're trying to be precise. Don't get me wrong, they're handy to have around, but you may find them hard to work with for those more specific jobs. That brings us round to the perennial favourite you'll remember from school, PVA, also known as polyvinyl acetate. Known for being non-toxic, water-soluble and highly versatile, PVA glue is no doubt in the inventory of modelers of all kinds. It can bond a variety of porous materials such as paper, card, wood and textiles, but it's less effective on metals and plastics. PVA sets by evaporating the water content and leaving behind the bonding agents. Being water-soluble, a PVA bond can break down if exposed to moisture. This can actually be really useful later on if you decide to move something, but water-resistant variants are available too. Speaking of variants, not all PVA glues are made to the same formulation, and there's a huge range available. Some will set clear and some not so much. If you're using PVA somewhere visible, be sure to check how the glue sets before committing to a project. Another long-time favourite is hot melt glue. This glue usually comes in sticks or pellets and is heated until it reaches a liquid form. It's great if you need a big, strong join between different materials fast, but the heat of the glue can damage some materials and it can leave long, stringy trails which stick to everything. Because of this, I don't recommend hot melt glue for anything but the most heavy duty of applications. It has its place, but use it with caution. Finally, I'd like to end on a couple of special mentions. Deluxe Materials Rocket Card Glue is a PVA-based adhesive specially formulated to work most effectively with card. It has a milky consistency and, when used sparingly, creates a surprisingly quick bond between porous materials, allowing you to breeze through a card kit much faster than usual. But this glue is also incredibly versatile and can bond a variety of other materials too, including plastic and wood. These bonds take a little longer to take hold and do require clamping, but at the end, the result is an incredibly strong bond. Applying glazing during a kit build can be touch and go. Some glues react with clear plastic and mist them up, ruining them forever. Deluxe Materials Glue and Glaze bonds clear plastic pieces without any of the risk. A thin bead around the edge is all that's needed and the stuff dries crystal clear. But its hidden power is that it can be used in place of the glazing itself. If the aperture is small enough, a thin film of glue and glaze can be stretched across and left to dry. You won't be able to see clearly through the glazing, but it creates a neat effect, providing an alternative to all that plastic. It can also be used for water effects, such as areas where water has spilled or pooled on the model. So that's about it for this quick overview. Let's round out the video with a few examples specific to railway modelling where these glues really shine. Plastic cement, building plastic kits, or scratch building with styrene. Superglue, attaching detail parts to models or attaching figures to your layout. Resin-based glues, bonding different material types and building white metal kits. PVA glue, planting buildings or foliage on your layout, or joining wood during baseboard construction. Not every specialist glue on sale is strictly necessary. They're often based on an existing glue type with the formulation tweaked slightly. Now you know a bit more about the glues you use every day, hopefully you can make a more informed choice for your next modelling project. I'm sure I've missed out some fantastic examples, so why not share your favourite craft and hobby glues in the comments below? You've been watching Fish Plates and Scratch Builds. I'm Jonathan, and I'll see you in the next video.